Hello, Year 2. This is our third week. I know it's technically fourth week of term, but this is our new topic of, we're still looking at China, and this week we're going to be looking at traditions. So this is lesson 1. So in ancient China, there are certain traditions. Now, a tradition to start off with is something which is like done from generation to generation. So, for example, you might do it in your family, and you might have the grandparents did it, and then they passed it on to mum and dad, and then they did it, and then they passed it on to you, and then you do it, and you pass it on to your children, and that's what a tradition is. And you always do it because it's always run in the family. So a tradition, which there were certain ones in ancient China that nearly every Chinese family did, and it had been done for traditions before them, and it had all been passed down through generations. One of the traditions that we're going to be looking at today is a tradition which is Chinese tea. And there's a picture at the bottom right. Now, in ancient Chinese culture, tea can represent a lot of different occasions. So it can be used to show a sign of respect, where younger members would be served tea. Younger members would serve the tea to an older generation. So you would be showing respect, as you are saying, you were showing respect to the older generation. So it'd be like you serving tea to your mum and dad or whoever's at home, and you would be saying, thank you for just taking care of me. So that's kind of one of the ways that it can be shown, a sign of respect. To apologize. Now, it can be seen as a formal apology. So you invite someone to come round for tea, and you serve them tea as a way of saying, I'm sorry for doing something. And then one of the last ways it could be to show gratitude, which is to say thanks, or to celebrate to celebrate weddings. And that would be where both families would serve tea to each other. So you usually have a bride and a groom, and the bride's family, so the female's family, would usually serve the tea to the groom's family, and then the groom's family would serve tea to the bride's family, and that's their way of showing that the two families are joining together and they're becoming one. So it can be used for lots of different things. Now, tea shops, like we have cafes in England, they have tea shops in China. And these places, as you can see, really follow the theme and the architecture and the designs of maybe somewhere like the Forbidden City, or anywhere in the ancient China where you've got the designs. Now, this is your challenge. Can you create your own Chinese tea party? And with an adult's help, you could be saying thanks for the adults, or if you will, the older generation, for taking good care of you whilst we're all inside at the minute. So your challenge would be you'd be serving them the tea. Now, there's also a challenge to investigate how the tea is brewed. Chinese tea is brewed in a very special way, and different ways for each type of tea. There's different types. Your challenge is to also find out about that tea. Now, the last thing that I'd say is, let me show you an example of something that you can do whilst you are at home doing your Chinese tea party. So, once you've got your cup, and either you've poured it into your adult's cup, or they're going to pour it into yours, whatever you think, there's one way of saying thank you. Now, you can either say thank you, but there used to be a tradition in China where you would use your index finger or your middle finger or both, and you would just tap the cup to say thank you once the tea's been poured in. There's a long history behind this, and it was to do with an emperor that went in disguise, and after he got in disguise, the servants that were serving him tea, he was serving tea to the servants, so he was pretending to be a servant, and the servants knew that he was serving tea, and they were very happy about that. But because he was in disguise, they didn't want to give it away. So the way that they would do it is they would be saying thank you, as if they were going to be kneeling and bowing, but they didn't want to give it away. So maybe you could do that whilst hosting your own tea party. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Please make sure you're adding everything to Tapestry. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.